Do you ever feel like your mind just won't stop running, no matter how hard you try to quiet it? It's like being stuck in an endless loop of what-ifs and worst-case scenarios playing on repeat, leaving you feeling trapped and helpless. Here's the thing. Most of us believe anxiety is just something we have to live with, as if it's an unchangeable part of life. But what if that's not true at all? What if one simple habit could quiet that mental noise and give you back control over your thoughts and emotions? Sounds a little crazy, right? But I promise you, it worked for me, and I'll show you exactly how it can work for you too, step by step. So, if you're tired of letting anxiety run your life, don't wait any longer. Hit that subscribe button, like this video, and turn on notifications, because you won't want to miss what I'm about to share. The role of worry and anxiety. Worry often feels like an old friend who's always around, but never quite says anything helpful, doesn't it? It's always there, whispering worst-case scenarios as if it's doing you a favor by keeping you prepared. But here's the thing. Worry is one of anxiety's most loyal allies, especially in conditions like generalized anxiety disorder (GAD). It tricks the brain into believing it's being productive, as though looping the same fears over and over will somehow solve them. Imagine standing in quicksand, thinking your frantic flailing will help you float. That's worry in a nutshell, convincing you it's helping when it's actually dragging you deeper. The brain has this fascinating belief about worry. It sees it as a kind of protective armor, something to shield you from potential harm. Deep down, it's thinking, if I worry enough about this, maybe I can stop something bad from happening. But how often does that actually work in reality? Rarely, if ever. Instead, it's like rehearsing for a disaster that never even makes it to the stage, leaving you exhausted from all the imaginary drama. For example, someone might constantly worry about losing their job, playing out every possible bad outcome in their mind. But that mental rehearsal only amplifies the fear instead of preparing them for anything productive. Reasons why the brain likes to worry. The brain is a quirky little organ with a knack for taking something simple and turning it into a complex problem. It loves to transform worry into a mutated version of problem solving that feels productive but achieves nothing. Imagine a car engine revving in neutral. There's a lot of noise and energy being spent, but you're not actually going anywhere. That's how worry operates, convincing you that by running endless what-if scenarios, you're staying ahead of the game. Instead, what you're really doing is creating a mental echo chamber where stress grows stronger and solutions feel further away than ever. One of the brain's favorite tricks is holding on to the belief that worry can act like a talisman, warding off bad outcomes. You might feel like if you worry hard enough, you're somehow protecting yourself, like carrying an invisible shield. This kind of magical thinking reinforces the habit of worrying because it feels like you're being responsible, even though it's actually weighing you down like a heavy anchor. For instance, obsessing over your health might feel like you're staying vigilant, but constant worrying increases anxiety rather than providing any real protection or clarity. Difference between automatic thoughts and active worry. Automatic thoughts are like those annoying pop-up ads on the internet. They show up uninvited, completely random, and often irrelevant to what you're actually focused on. These thoughts arise spontaneously, fueled by past experiences or subconscious fears, and they often feel like they're out of your control. The key to managing them is surprisingly simple. Observe them for what they are, without engaging with them or trying to fight them off. For example, when a thought like, "I'm going to fail this presentation," pops into your mind, imagine it as a leaf floating down a stream. You don't have to grab it or follow it. Just let it drift away and disappear. Active worry, on the other hand, is entirely different. It's a conscious choice to replay and amplify those thoughts, turning them into something much larger than they started. It's like hitting the replay button on a bad song that you can't stand, but for some reason, you just can't stop listening to it on repeat. The anxiety cycle and danger response. The anxiety cycle is like a well-oiled machine that thrives on fear, but instead of keeping you safe, it traps you in a loop of stress and worry. When the brain perceives danger, whether it's a real threat or just imagined, it automatically activates the fight, flight, or freeze response to protect you. Think back to a time when you heard a sudden loud noise. Your heart started racing, your muscles tensed up, and your body prepared to respond immediately. This response is incredibly useful in genuinely dangerous situations. But here's the problem. The brain doesn't always distinguish between actual threats and imagined ones. For example, worrying about an upcoming presentation can trigger the same physiological stress response as facing a predator, even though the actual risk is far lower. Over time, this constant amplification of perceived danger can leave your body and mind stuck in overdrive, leading to exhaustion, tension, and even chronic health problems. The maladaptive nature of worry. Worry might start as a small habit that feels harmless, but it has a sneaky way of creeping into every corner of your life until it becomes overwhelming. Think about it. Worrying about one small thing often snowballs into worrying about 10, and before you know it, your mind is racing with stress and fear. Over time, this habitual worrying becomes automatic, draining your mental energy and creating a constant hum of anxiety that's hard to escape. It's like leaving an app running in the background on your phone. It silently eats up your battery, leaving you feeling depleted without even realizing why. Chronic worry also floods your body with stress hormones like cortisol, which can wreak havoc on your physical and emotional well-being, leading to headaches, sleepless nights, and more. The good news is that worry is a habit, and just like any habit, it can be unlearned with the right tools, patience, and consistent effort. Skills to control anxiety. When it comes to managing anxiety, having the right skills can feel like gaining a superpower. Suddenly, you're the one in control. One of the most effective techniques is cognitive diffusion, which involves recognizing your thoughts without becoming attached to them or letting them define you. For example, instead of thinking, "I'm failing at everything," reframe it as, "I'm having a thought that I'm failing at everything." This subtle shift creates emotional distance from the thought. Another powerful tool is the scheduled worry technique. By setting aside 15 minutes each day to fully focus on your worries, you train your brain to contain them within that specific time. Writing down your concerns during this period can help you feel lighter and less overwhelmed, as it gives your mind permission to let go outside of that window. Combining this with mindfulness practices, like breathing exercises or focusing on personal values, can strengthen your ability to stay grounded in the present moment. The relationship between worry and physical health. Worry isn't just a mental issue. It leaves a significant imprint on your physical health as well, often in ways you might not immediately notice. Short-term stress, like preparing for an important event, can be beneficial by boosting focus and energy. However, when worry becomes chronic, it acts like a dripping faucet, slowly but steadily flooding your system over time. Elevated levels of stress hormones, such as cortisol, can lead to high blood pressure, a weakened immune system, and even digestive issues that persist for years if left unchecked. Your body also suffers in more subtle ways, as constant tension leaves your muscles tight, your sleep disrupted, and your overall resilience worn down. For instance, chronic worry can make you more prone to frequent colds, lingering headaches, or persistent back pain, as your body struggles to recover from the never-ending stress. The good news is that reducing chronic worry isn't just possible. It can lead to profound changes in both your physical and emotional health, creating a positive ripple effect in all areas of your life. Regular practice of worry control. Consistency is the secret sauce when it comes to training your brain to manage worry effectively. It's not about doing it perfectly, but sticking with it over time. By practicing worry control techniques daily for at least 3 weeks, you take advantage of your brain's natural neuroplasticity, creating new pathways that make worry less dominant in your thought process. This is similar to rewiring a circuit board in your mind, with every repetition strengthening healthier, more productive patterns of thinking. One of the simplest yet most effective methods is setting a specific worry window each day. During this time, allow yourself to write down your concerns and explore them fully without judgment. Outside of this designated time, You can gently remind yourself to postpone worries until the next session, which gradually reduces their intensity and frequency. Over time, this habit becomes second nature, helping you stay present. Focus on what matters and approach stress with a calm, collected mindset. Benefits of training the brain to limit worry. Training your brain to limit worry is one of the most transformative steps you can take for your overall well-being. It's like upgrading your entire life. The first and most immediate benefit is a noticeable reduction in anxiety levels. Imagine waking up in the morning without that heavy, anxious feeling sitting in your chest, or finally falling asleep without your thoughts racing uncontrollably. This isn't about eliminating worry altogether, but about learning to engage with it on your terms, allowing you to take back control. With less mental clutter, you'll find it easier to focus on the present moment, whether that's enjoying time with loved ones, being productive at work, or simply savoring a quiet moment for yourself. This clarity not only enhances your relationships and creativity, but also frees up valuable mental energy to invest in your goals and passions. Perhaps the most rewarding benefit is the profound sense of freedom that comes from knowing you have the tools to manage worry, giving you the confidence to face life's challenges head-on. What's holding you back from starting today? Imagine a life where you wake up free from the heavy cloud of worry that's been weighing you down for so long. Are you ready to take that first step and reclaim control over your thoughts, emotions, and overall mental health? It's time to stop letting worry dictate your life and start building healthier habits that truly serve you. Share your first step in the comments below. I'd love to hear how you're planning to take control and transform your relationship with worry. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who could benefit from these insights. Together, we can create a positive ripple effect of emotional health and resilience. You've got this. It's time to start building the life you deserve, one simple step at a time.